Hey everybody, it's the 815 Sports Podcast back again, Jake and I. Tonight we got Thursday Night Football and our Week 9 picks. We got the Phillies in Houston, Game 5, after Philly got no hit the other night, so the series is now 2-2. Um, we'll start it off with our picks for tonight.
That's the second no hitter I think in the World Series history, right?
Yeah, I believe you're right. And I don't know if anybody's been following that mattress Mac guy?
No.
The guy he bet a boatload. He's an older guy and he bet a boatload of money on Houston to win. Like if they win the World Series, he wins $75 million.
What did he pay?
I don't know what he paid to put down, but I know the other night Philly fans were giving him shit and he was cussing them out. It was pretty funny. He was on Twitter because Bleacher Report betting
Can't believe a
posts
team
like
gets no
everything.
hit in the World Series. It's crazy.
Yeah, especially after a night where they almost had the record for home runs hit in a World Series game.
Yeah.
I think they had 5 the other night. But we'll get her started here with Houston and Philly. So tonight, I got the Eagles. I'm sure Jake does too. Jake, you got Eagles?
Yeah, that's why I think this is one of the biggest spreads I've ever seen. 14 points.
Yeah.
And it's probably going to be more than that.
Yeah, I mean, I would expect Philly to dominate this game. They're loaded defensively. They got a great defense.
Houston would probably have to, probably get 2 turnovers maybe?
Yeah.
And they'd probably have to be ran back. I mean, for them to stay in the game, they would probably need, some crazy things to happen, like a pick six, a fumble recovery, maybe a special teams touchdown.
They can't take any field goals.
I don't know how they move. I don't know how they move the ball. Do you even know anybody on that team? I don't.
Well, Dameon Pierce, but Brandon Cooks isn't playing tonight because he's pissed off about the trade deadline. So, I mean, they got Nico Collins, Davis Mills, Dameon Pierce.
What a bad game.
Yeah, Thursday night football games aren't that impressive so far this year for the most part.
I know you're not going to have good ones every week, but there hasn't been good ones. Yeah. Maybe the Bengals and Dolphins was the last good one.
Yeah, and that probably would have been a great game.
And that would have been a great game, if Tua didn't die.
Yeah. I think Jalen Hurts going to have a great game tonight.
I took him on the over for rush and pass.
Yeah. What was the total for that?
277.
He's going to have a huge game. I'd imagine he accounts for 3 touchdowns tonight at least, probably more.
I got
A.J. Brown, big game.
I got $30 to pay $300. I got Jalen Hurts to be over 277.5, passing and rushing. I got Davis Mills to be less than 195.5. I got Miles Sanders less than 79.5. And I got Dameon Pierce more than 66.5. I got him more because I feel like if they're going to do, Davis Mills isn't going to beat the Eagles. Maybe he breaks a run. I don't know. I feel like that's the only way they can move the ball probably.
Yeah, I don't know. That'll be a tight one. You know, I don't know. Miles Sanders might have a good game tonight.
Well, and I didn't pick him to have over 80 because I figured Jalen Hurts is going to be doing it all.
Yeah.
But who knows?
Josh Jacobs had a huge game against Houston a couple weeks ago when he was on that tear. But anyways, we'll head into Chargers Atlanta on Sunday. Atlanta just beat Carolina last week.
That was a crazy game.
That was a crazy game. Carolina should have won that game.
Well, that dude made the extra point 15 yards longer.
Yeah, by throwing his helmet. Yeah.
Well, 33-48. That was the difference in the field goal.
And they had another chance to win in overtime, but Pinheiro missed it.
Yeah, it was I think it was only like a 38-yarder.
It was a shorter field goal, one that you should make in the NFL. Anyways, I got the Chargers this week. Keenan Allen not playing again this week.
Yeah, what's up with him?
He's got to be the softest player in the NFL right now.
Him or Byron Jones.
I mean, I don't know. And Michael Thomas is done for the rest of the year with a toe injury.
Well,
Mike Williams also out for the Chargers.
I actually have Atlanta.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they're 4-4. I think they're coming up. First off, they should have never lost that game last week. They gave up a 75-yard Aaron Rodgers Hail Mary touchdown. Yeah. They should have won that. They won the game. I mean, they had it won. So Atlanta's at home. The Chargers have a lot of injuries. They got to travel all the way across country. I mean United States. I just think this game. There's there a London game? I don't think there's.
I don't have a London game on here. No.
Okay, so yeah, I got Atlanta. I think they find a way to win, and I think they move to 5-4, and I think they're in first place.
Yep, they are right now.
I mean,
so they're not
a bad team. They're just not a great team.
No, but they stick to what they're good at.
Yeah.
They run the ball like 100 times a game. So
yeah, and I think they can be. I think they're going to beat the Chargers.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on with Chargers. I don't know what's going on with, the Rams. Super Bowl hangover.
yeah,
But there's a bunch of teams that, like Tampa,
Green Bay, but I don't know.
Green Bay.
We got
Oh
a lot of
no,
things going on.
but
I got LA.
yeah, we go different there. I got Atlanta.
Yeah. All right. So on to the next one. We got Miami against Chicago. Chicago's been playing pretty good ball right now. They just traded Chicago. Yeah. Chicago just traded a second for Claypool, and they traded Roquan Smith earlier in the week to the Ravens for a second and a fifth, I believe.
Yeah, we're probably going to spend quite a bit, probably a lot of time on this game because there's a lot to talk about. Do you think a lot of people don't? I think it's up in the air. Who won that trade? Because I don't.
With the Bears and the Steelers?
Yeah, a lot of people don't like it, but a lot of people do.
I think from a Steelers perspective, it's a win because you've already got George Pickens there.
So you probably weren't going
Johnson.
to pay Claypool what he wanted.
No.
So he was going to walk.
So a second
you got
round pick,
something for him.
That's a great pick to get, especially. I mean, we got a first and a second for Adams.
And if you're the Bears,
that's pretty good.
If you're the Bears, this is basically saying that Justin Fields is your guy.
Yeah.
Because we give up a second round pick to go get Claypool.
Mm-hmm.
Justin Fields is your guy. I feel like they're confident in him.
And that's fair. I mean, the past few weeks he has played really good football.
But here, my thing is they're going to be. Are they going to be bad defensively? I think they're going to be bad defensively now for the rest of this year. They might be able to.
They
put
gave up
almost
50 points last week to Dallas, even with Roquan.
But I mean, you got rid of Roquan. I mean, you're getting rid of all your defensive
Robert Quinn,
guys.
they got rid of.
So Eagles. I don't know which direction are they moving in the direction of we're gonna have next year we're gonna build the offense around him and then we're gonna have to outscore you to win. I don't know which way the Bears are moving, and it's a fair question because a lot of people on Twitter don't either, from what I've seen. But there's a lot of people like it because they like Justin Fields and they think that this was a move for him.
Yeah.
So.
Claypool's, he's a big wide receiver.
Yeah, he's young. He's 24.
Yeah.
A
lot of
upside.
Don't
know, is he proven yet? I don't know if he's
He had a really good rookie year.
Yeah, I mean, he's a good receiver. I mean, anybody
would take him on my team. I guess the Packers offered a second for him too, but they took the Bears offer because they figured the Packers would finish a little bit better than the Bears. So.
He's not a one. And on a good team, he would on the
Dolphins. Be the one on the Bears.
On the Dolphins, he would probably be a 3.
Well, yeah, on the Dolphins, but on the Bears, he'll be a 1.
Well, he's a 1 on the Bears, but I don't know if he's a 1.
He'd be a 1 on a few other teams.
Yeah, a lot of teams that are bad.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's this is his second year or what?
No, he's been in the NFL for
his third year.
He's
only 24.
Fourth year, because he was in the NFL the year before COVID. So 2019, 2020, 21, 22.
And he's still,
I believe.
And he's still
his fourth year right now, I believe.
But what I'm saying is he's still no one has him as a 1. So
but it's hard to be a 1 in that offense because they got Deontay Johnson and George Pickens. But we'll see. He could turn into a 1.
He's probably going to because he's got no one to throw to.
Yeah.
And Mooney's small, so now he's got a bigger target.
Yeah.
So
for jump balls.
I don't know. Is he playing this week?
I would expect him to have a limited role on Sunday.
Because both of the Dolphins guys are in. So I would assume Claypool can be in. But it's different. Wide receiver is different. You have to learn the whole entire offense.
Yeah.
As to where Chubb has to just rush the quarterback.
Yeah. But Chubb won't play every snap either, but he'll what I mean? It'll be limited.
He's going to come in on third downs, and he's going to come in when they want to blitz.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously, like we were just talking about Chubb, the Dolphins traded a first. And,
it was the Niners first, but it was ours.
Yeah, so you guys traded what was the first and
that's it. We gave a 5th round pick for Jeff Wilson.
Yeah, so you got Chubb and Jeff Wilson, and then today you signed Chubb to an extension for 5 years, $110 million, with $63 million guaranteed.
Yeah,
and $53 guaranteed next year, and $33.4 million guaranteed when he put pen to paper today.
Yeah, so they won the trade deadline.
Yeah,
they
Chubb's
needed.
A stud.
This was a move that was kind of given. Everyone knew the Dolphins needed a pass rusher. You have Jalen Phillips, so now you have one on the other side in Chubb, who's a little more established, has a little more experience. He's not old by any means.
Mid-20s.
Yeah, 26. Just turned 26. And I think he's had a decent, solid year so far, and we're only what? We're in
Denver's defense has actually been really good this year.
Denver just can't score.
Yeah.
But I think we're gonna like him. I think
the Dolphins are going all in.
I think he can make an immediate impact this week.
Yeah.
Because the thing about it is Justin Fields, what does he like to do?
He likes to move.
So now you have another guy who can try to stop it. He's young, he's fast, he's quick. But that's what scares me about this game is Justin Fields running all over the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Which he can run all over the Dolphins and they still win. But I don't know. This game really scares me because I hate running quarterbacks. The Dolphins struggle to stop them. They always have. Just go back to the game where we watched in Green Bay where the Lamar just tore us up.
Yeah.
But we still won.
Yeah, but Lamar's a little bit different than Justin. In a lot of ways, they have some same things, I guess, from the physical attributes. But I'm gonna take Miami in this game, and I expect Waddle and Hill to have another great week.
Yeah, so the Dolphins are favored. I think it was 5. It went down to 4. I think it started at 3.5, so it's kind of jumped around 3, 4, 5. It's at 4. It'll probably stay at 4. I think the Dolphins win. I think they're definitely the better team, but that don't always mean they win. I mean, San Francisco is way better than Chicago too, but I know they played in a monsoon.
Yeah.
But still, I mean, Soldier Field's not the easiest place to play. So this game kind of scares me. I think it's a trap game. I would have a lot more confidence if it was at home. But I even thought last week was a trap game, and it was. We started down 14-0. But I do think Detroit's offense is a little bit better than Chicago's. Detroit just has absolutely no defense. So it was a good day. And Jeff Wilson, I mean, he's going to be reunited with Mike McDaniel.
And Mostert.
So, I mean, I think he's going to be better than Chase Edmonds was. He just never found a role on this team. And when they did give him a role, he couldn't break tackles. It didn't work out. So they went out and made a trade. I thought they were going to get Kareem Hunt. If they would have pulled off Kareem Hunt, it would have been probably one of the biggest trade deadlines ever.
I'm surprised that the Browns didn't trade Kareem Hunt because Nick Chubb's obviously the guy, and Kareem Hunt's going to walk in the offseason anyways.
So they're not going to get none.
Yeah, I would have at least taken a pick for him.
I don't know how they would have pulled it off. I don't know how many more draft picks do they have.
I don't know. You probably have a 4th in there somewhere to give away.
That
would have been a lot.
They'd have had to work something out.
But
so we both got Miami. I'm going to the game.
Oh, you are?
Yeah.
Well, that's news to me. Did you get a good deal on the tickets, or?
Well, I just paid a buddy of mine $100.
Yeah.
I don't think they're good seats, but we're gonna leave at 6 on Sunday. So
who are you going with?
Blake, Riley, Renner, Hauk, Lexi. It's a group of us from.
That'll be a good time, and I think Miami will play pretty well, pull out a win for you. So, and the weather's going to be nice.
Supposed to be nice.
Yeah. So on to the Panthers and the Bengals. I've got Cincinnati.
Yeah, I got Cincinnati. This is another big spread. It's 7.5 for the Bengals. They are without what's his name?
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, they're without Chase, but they're at home. I think the Bengals win in a rout.
Especially if you're getting embarrassed on Monday Night Football.
Oh yeah,
by the Browns.
Bad.
Yeah.
I mean,
I told you they haven't beaten the Browns since before the Stefanski era. I told you that they haven't beaten the Browns since 2019.
Why?
I don't know why. But
yeah, but they're not. The Browns aren't. I mean, the Browns literally have Kareem Hunt and Chubb, and who else? That's it.
Yeah, Amari Cooper, Myles Garrett.
Why are they so bad?
I don't know. They should be a good team every year.
Well, probably
they have a really good offensive line.
Probably because you got Jacoby Brissett.
Yeah,
I mean that doesn't hurt. That doesn't help.
They're treading water right now. Browns.
I think they play in Miami next week.
Yeah, the Browns
or Houston, one of those two teams.
They're 3-5. They're treading water. I mean, if they sneak into the playoffs with Deshaun Watson at quarterback,
Oh, it'd
I would
be
not want to
scary.
play them.
They would be scary.
I would not want to play
But
them.
I'm telling you, if they're 2 or 3 games under 500, I don't even know if he starts.
No.
You bring him in for like 6 games? Like for what?
We'll see. We'll see where they're at. They're 3-5 right now. I mean, really, they've been in every game almost. The only time they got blew out was when they lost to New England. So really, Cleveland's season, if they have Watson, they might be sitting atop the
They
AFC
probably might be.
with the Bills. So
But
you never know.
Both got
But we got Cincinnati, Green Bay, Detroit. Green Bay obviously didn't make a trade at the deadline, which doesn't surprise me because we don't ever make trades.
What's this spread? I think the Packers are favored by.
I think it's like 3.5.
Where's it at? I have it on here.
It's right there.
Yeah, Packers are
3.5.
favored by 3.5.
Yeah, so it's in Detroit.
That's been a house of horror for the Packers a couple games.
In years past.
Is it 2 years that they've won on a last-second play from Rodgers?
Well, last year we lost because we sat out all of our guys because it was like.
Well, I
week
mean, I'm
17.
not talking about that game. I mean the one that they threw the Hail Mary.
Oh, that was
Wasn't there?
That was 2015.
Wasn't there another game like that there? Or where was Rodgers' other one at?
We also won a game there, maybe a couple of years back when he threw one to Lazard in the end zone, and there was only a couple minutes left, but we were trailing and I took the lead. But the one you're thinking about is probably back in
Arizona?
like 15 or 16. He also threw one in Arizona in the playoffs.
Yeah, okay,
We should've went for
but anyways,
2,
he does the one Hail Mary was in Detroit.
Yeah, yep. On Thursday Night Football.
And now look, I know last week I told you I think the Packers are going to win. I think they're going to win.
I also think the Packers are going to win this week.
I think the Packers we're both take I'm taking Detroit. But
Okay.
I think the Packers are going to win.
Okay.
I'm taking Detroit because I feel like they're right there. I mean, they literally almost beat the Dolphins. I mean, this was a hard game. I didn't want to take Detroit, but after watching them last week, they can move the ball.
And I actually thought that Green Bay moved the ball, pretty decently against Buffalo. I mean, we ran the ball really well. Aaron Jones had a good game. So if we can just feed Aaron Jones, get A.J. Dillon involved, Dobbs he did have a really good touchdown catch.
Let's be honest. If they lose this game,
well, the season's already over now. In my
I don't
opinion.
know if it's over.
Well, the season's over from winning a Super Bowl standpoint. It's not
probably.
Happening. I say the season's over, but you got to win this game.
You have to win this game.
Every game from here on out is pretty much a win.
To stay alive,
you have
to win this game because if you go to 3-6,
the Packers will win this game.
So that's your lock.
This is a guarantee they're going to win this week. They're not going to lose 5 in a row. I don't see it.
Would it be 5 in a row?
Yes, it would be 5. They start out 3-1. They're going to win this week.
It's not. Do you think it's going to be a blowout? Because I don't.
No, I definitely do not think it's going to be a blowout. But I think we're going to win this week. I got faith. I got to have faith. I got to be an optimist.
This is a tough game. Just like, where's the other one that I think is tough?
I don't know.
There's another game that was really hard for me to pick. Seattle and Arizona.
Yeah,
Seattle and Arizona, and Packers, Detroit. I pick them for me.
Yeah. We'll move on. We're on to Indianapolis, New England. Indy lost a close one to Washington last week, 17-16.
I don't think New England's
Ellinger back there, quarterback. But, I kind of wanted to pick Indianapolis this game, but I took New England.
Just when you think New England's done, they go on the road and they beat the fucking New York Jets, who were 5-2. Everything was looking like they're gonna compete with Buffalo in the division. And like I said last week, I put on Twitter, I said I think everyone needs to slow their roll about the freaking Jets. And then they lay an egg at home. I just don't understand. Being a Jets fan is worse than being a Dolphins fan. I don't care. It is.
Well, I wouldn't want to be a Jets fan. Yeah.
They just. How do you lose at home to New England? How? I'm telling you. Well,
they didn't have Breece Hall, and Breece Hall really helped them out a lot. They don't have Breece Hall.
I knew just when you think New England's or the Jets are gonna have their year, they lose at home to New England.
So we both got New England. Speaking of that, here come the Jets. We got Buffalo at New York. At the New York Jets. Give me Buffalo by a lot.
Yeah, I got Buffalo, even though I do hope the Jets win because it would make the division a little bit more intriguing. Where's that spread? I think it's Buffalo.
Bills 11.5 up there. You got minus 11.5.
Holy, yeah, another big spread. I don't know if the Jets cover that.
I don't know. I don't know.
Look, the Jets
I'm not good with that
are a
stuff,
fundamental. They're a fundamental football team. They don't have. I don't think they have weapons.
I think they do have some decent weapons, and when Breece Hall was there, they were a lot better. But he's out for the year now.
I just still don't.
But
think
I don't think Wilson's the guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he will be, but I don't think he is now. And sometimes you need time to grow into that role, and sometimes you're not given the time. So we'll see if he is.
I would be more shocked to see Houston beat Philly. So like if the Jets beat Buffalo, I wouldn't be as shocked. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if Houston beat Philadelphia,
that would shock me.
I'd be very shocked.
Because I mean, the Jets are 5-3. The Jets are at home.
Yeah, but I would also be very surprised if Buffalo lost to New York because Buffalo is such a deep team. I got Buffalo.
Oh no, I got Buffalo for sure. I think it's going to be a shit show.
Yeah,
but
because I mean, Josh Allen didn't. I mean, they pretty much controlled the whole game against the Packers. But we'll see. And speaking of that, I don't know why we don't have our best cornerback guarding. I mean, he shut down Gabe Davis, but I don't understand. He's talking all that trash between him and Diggs. The whole,
you don't even put him on.
You don't even let him check. You don't even let him check the guy. So it pisses me off. The Packers have some decent talent, and then you have coaches who don't know how to use it. That's the best way I can describe what's going on right now. Especially you got two running backs who are your best part of your offense. You don't use them. You don't use them correctly, and then when you do use them, it's too late because you're already 3-5. So what's really the point?
Too late in the game.
Yeah.
When you have to pass.
And then the defense.
For some reason, that game, not to get off track, that game seemed like the Packers had the ball a lot, and they just nonchalantly, we're down 2 scores. Like, we're just going to get up to the line and let the clock run down to 8.
It was like they were just trying to cover the spread.
It's like they were just trying to get the game over with.
Yeah.
Like, they were nonchalantly, it was shocking to me because normally, Rodgers is up there hurrying them up, like, let's go. And, like, they weren't. And, like, it wasn't as bad as a game as I thought it was going to be.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a blowout. But I agree.
Packers
that's a
had
good
the
point.
ball down 10 and missed a field goal. So if they make that field goal, they potentially can do an onside kick.
They also had that touchdown that they called offensive pass interference on Tunyon.
Yeah,
I mean, that was kind of a borderline call, but anyways, we lost that game.
Yeah, no one's saying they won, but we're saying that it was
they had their opportunities.
It was a lot better than
we expected.
Yeah.
All right, so we got Vikings at Washington. Obviously, Vikings just traded for T.J. Hawkinson.
Vikings are only favored by 3.
Yeah, I still got that. I think the Vikings will win by more than 3. And I'm very shocked that the Lions traded with a in-division rival.
Yeah, I don't know why teams do that.
But Hawkinson's
okay. I got the Vikings, but you can't tell me that this doesn't sound like just when you play the Redskins, they make you play bad football.
Yeah,
it's just because the Redskins are always a bad football team, so they make you play bad football. I think it's a trap game for Minnesota.
You think it's a play down to your competition?
I think it's a trap game for Minnesota. I think Minnesota squeaks out because that's how Minnesota is. They always squeak games out.
Yeah, I got Minnesota.
But it would not shock me at all to see Washington win this game.
Did you see
Washington beat Green Bay when Green Bay was my lock?
Yeah. Did you see that Dan Snyder's going to be selling the team?
Yeah.
And then I seen that Jeff Bezos and Jay-Z are talking about buying the Commanders.
Yeah, that organization is just
he needs to go.
Weird. It's just what's going on there. Like a lot's going on.
Yeah. We got Vegas, Jacksonville. Vegas looked awful last week. Vegas does not know how to use Devontae
I don't know
Adams.
how Vegas is favored on the road.
I don't know.
By what the hell is it at? By 1.5. That could change.
Vegas didn't get the ball over the 50-yard line until
what's wrong with
2 minutes in the fourth quarter, and they had 0 points.
Is it coaching? Like I don't watch. I watched the Bears, the Packers, and the Dolphins like religiously. Those are the 3 teams I watch.
I watch a lot of the Browns. That's why you always ask me why I picked the Browns.
But I don't know what's going on in Vegas. I thought they were going to be good.
Yeah, well, Derek Carr's not the Hall of Fame quarterback that Devontae Adams said he was, and obviously Josh McDaniels is making. Obviously, he's not. He's kind of not utilized. They have a lot of talent there. You'd think they got Waller, Renfro, Adams, and Jacobs. and you don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I got Jacksonville.
Yeah. Well, I got Vegas. So 2 bad teams, the way I look at it. Jacksonville's showing flashes, but this ain't their year.
But I think this is their game.
Yeah. Well, it's at home. I got Vegas.
Yeah, I got Jacksonville.
Seattle, Arizona. Every week I want to pick Seattle, and every week I don't. I got Arizona.
I got Arizona. Arizona's favored by 2. I got Arizona at home. It's probably not going to be that big of a home advantage for them because Seattle will probably overtake that stadium. Or it might be like 50-50, 60-40. But for some reason, I just think Arizona gets on track.
Yeah.
I think they're the better team.
Seattle's the better coach team.
Oh, yeah.
There's no question about it. What Pete Carroll's doing this year in Seattle
he just finds ways to win.
Yeah.
The players want to play for him, which he's 73 years old. So, like, it's hard when you get older to, like, adapt to.
You wouldn't think he's 73.
No. But, like I said, like, last week, like, didn't you pick against Seattle?
Yep.
They find ways to win at home.
Yeah.
I don't care who they play.
They stuffed the Giants' run game.
Like, here come the New York Football Giants, and like Seattle just took it to them.
Yeah, and they stopped what New York does well, and that's running the ball and having Daniel Jones run the ball too.
Well, and making Daniel Jones beat you.
Yeah, well, from the throwing perspective,
is how you beat the Giants, and I feel like that's how you can beat a lot of teams if you can stop the run and make the quarterback beat you.
And Seattle runs the ball well. They have really good wide receivers, and Geno Smith is playing really good football this year.
Good football.
It only took a decade, but Geno Smith is playing some damn good football.
This is a tough game.
Yeah, I got Arizona though.
I think Arizona's favored because they're at home. Yeah. I got Arizona. You got Arizona?
Yeah, I do have Arizona.
We'll probably both lose that game.
Next up, we got Rams Tampa. It's at Tampa.
This is an intriguing game.
This is also
I'll say this because losers probably done. Aren't they both 3-5?
Tampa 3-5, LA 3-4.
Okay, losers pretty much done. I don't know. Well,
the division that Tampa's in, I can see them losing.
But
if the Rams lose one more game, you don't love it because then they're 3 games back of Seattle.
So that's shocking. You got the Rams
2 games back. Yeah, I got the Rams.
I got it. I got Tampa, and I'm taking Tampa because we watched that Thursday Night Football. Tampa actually didn't play too bad versus Baltimore. They just choked in the 4th. They were winning the whole game, and right there the whole game. They didn't look bad. They just didn't look like Tampa.
Yeah, well, they haven't really looked like Tampa of old for the whole year. Brady doesn't look – something's up with Brady. Obviously, he's got the personal issues going on.
Okay, this is what I think. I think they know they're in a bad division. I think they know that if they can win a few games and get back in it, who knows what they have.
But when you have that mindset, though, there's times where you might think that, and then it comes the end of the year, and you thought that so many times, and here you are, you're screwed.
Well,
I got the Rams.
I mean, that's what you gotta have. They gotta have faith.
I'm pretty sure Cooper Kupp's actually going to play this week. They got lucky he didn't get in a huge injury.
I like Tampa. I think they're the better team.
I got the Rams.
I think they're still a good. They can still be a good team, and they obviously with Tom Brady back there, they could be a dangerous team.
Years past, but I don't like what I've seen from Brady this year. But we'll move on to Sunday Night Football. So
yeah, what is that?
Kansas City, Tennessee at Kansas City.
Is Ryan Tannehill playing?
I have no idea.
He didn't play last week.
Yeah, I know he didn't play last week. I'll say this.
Oh, boy.
I'll say this.
This will be a fun Sunday night game.
Kansas City, I believe, is going to win this game by
but I don't think they can stop the run. So Henry might run all over this team.
Yeah.
He might have 150 yards. But, I mean, I got Chiefs are favored by 12.5.
And whoever said this is the end of Derrick Henry, he's still balling this year. He's a dog.
I got Kansas City. I think
I also have Kansas City, but it could be closer. I don't know. Maybe Tennessee's playing. Go ahead.
I'm just trying to word this. The Titans with Vrabel and Tannehill have shocked us before, and Henry, right?
Yeah,
they've won game. Good. They've gone on the road and won games that we didn't think they should win. Is he playing Tannehill?
He hasn't practiced. Well, that's great. Titans returns to practice, but will he be back in action on Sunday?
He returned to practice.
That's what it says.
He's gonna play. He don't return to practice and not going to play in a game they got to have. What's their record? Yeah, Tennessee's 5-2.
They're both 5-2. They lost to the Bills, and
wow, Tennessee's going to run away with that division, aren't they?
Yeah, they definitely will.
Because Houston and Indianapolis suck. Who's the other team in that division?
Jacksonville.
Oh boy,
that's kind of
that. What the fuck? Why can't we be in a division like
I
that?
know.
God
That'd be
bless
nice.
America.
Let's see what he says.
But I think we both got Kansas City.
Yeah, I got Kansas City. We'll move on to Monday Night Football. All right,
Okay,
so
now this is another game. There's a lot of good games this week.
Yeah, there are. And, New Orleans isn't a bad team at all. I mean, they got a lot of weapons. Thomas is out for the year now with the foot injury. He's also somebody who's pretty soft as far as being on the football field. If you've got Chris Olave in fantasy, you love it because he's going to be a number one the rest of the year. I really like New Orleans, but I'm gonna take Baltimore in this game. Mark Andrews is going to be playing. Rashad Bateman's out the rest of the year, so we'll see what that means for guys like Isaiah Likely and Devin Duvernay and Demarcus Robinson. But I've got the Ravens.
They are favored by 2.5 on the road. I got the Saints. I got the Saints. The Saints remind me of. I'm going to sound like a broken record because I said this last week. But there's a couple teams that just play good at home.
Yeah.
Seattle's one, and the Saints are another one. And they come out. Who'd they beat last week at home, the Saints? It was
I don't know, but Kamara went off.
No,
he had like 40 fantasy points.
Vegas. And Vegas was favored.
Yeah,
and has the better team. But did not have the better team last week. I don't know what happened there.
You could argue that the Saints have a better roster.
They might have a better roster, but the talent that Vegas has, they have some stars. I don't know if New Orleans has stars.
You got Kamara.
Well,
you got Cameron Jordan, Mario Davis. I'm talking defensive guys. Tyrann Mathieu or Matthew.
Yeah. I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah, I got Baltimore.
The Saints at home, and they would go to 5-4, and then I think Cincy, if they win.
No, because Cincy lost to Baltimore, so Baltimore would still
be a tiebreaker. Yeah. Okay, so we got it flipped.
I mean, and if Cleveland can keep winning, they're still in it.
They're done.
I think they're still in it.
They're not going to beat.
They're
not going to beat the Dolphins next week.
Yeah. So, anyways, we got Baltimore. Huge weekend of college football. Obviously,
all the way around.
Biggest game that everybody will be watching. 2:30, Tennessee at Georgia.
Not me. But yeah,
you're gonna have that on something. I'm sure.
I can't. Well, I'm gonna be at Illinois game.
Well,
2:30.
All right. Well, anyways, everybody but Jake's gonna be watching Tennessee, Georgia.
Everybody but Central Illinois.
I'll also be at the Oklahoma game, so I probably won't be watching
this weekend.
Yeah.
When do you leave?
I leave tomorrow morning.
Well, I did. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
What time's that game?
We play at 2. I was hoping it'd be a night game.
What?
Either that or 11, and then hit the
Oklahoma
bars and watch Georgia. Oklahoma versus Baylor. It was supposed to be a big game in the 3.5.
What's their
Oklahoma
record?
Favored. Oklahoma's 4-3.
I mean, if they can win out.
Yeah, I mean,
they'll
make a bowl game, I think.
Well, duh.
I don't think we're not going to make the Big
12
chance. Yeah, we're going. Yeah.
So
looking forward to it. It's going to be a good time.
So
either way.
I think.
And this is all these rankings here are off the college football playoff rankings.
I think Georgia wins at home, but I want Tennessee to win.
Well, Georgia's favored -8. Tennessee's +8. I like Tennessee to cover +8. Tennessee's playing some damn good football.
Yeah, but so is Georgia.
So is Georgia, yeah. But I don't know. It's going to be a great game. The place is going to be rocking. It's the most expensive ticket price for a college football game.
Even more than Tennessee and Bama was a week ago?
Yeah, dude. I think that's what they said. This is like the most expensive ticket price.
I just hope we hear Rocky Top all night. I like that fight song. I'm sorry.
Well, it's going to be in Georgia, so the only place we're going to hear that is social media because Georgia's not going to
I'll play it. I'll play Rocky Top.
I hope Tennessee wins. Something about the Vols I like.
I like Tennessee. They're a team to watch. I like their coach.
Yeah. Josh Heupel, ex-Oklahoma guy.
I like their, I just like everything about them. I just like that they're a power.
But they're new to us because we haven't seen them be this good.
History-wise, Tennessee's one of the best football programs in college football.
Yeah.
Just like Miami is. Hard to believe.
Yeah.
But they're what's that word? They're coming back to life.
Resurgence.
Yeah, they're coming back to life.
From 1989 to 1999, Tennessee won 9 straight against Georgia.
That's nuts.
And in Tennessee's back.
Back.
They're back. They're back.
So wait.
I want to see a game there. I really want to see a game in Tennessee.
if they win, okay, but here's the thing. It has to be a big game because that place holds 108,000 people. It's going to be hard to sell that out versus just a average Joe Schmo team.
Yeah, but if they're this good, they're going to sell out every week. It don't matter.
Might.
So
so what happens if which Bama's got a tough game too? They go to
LSU at LSU.
Oh.
Is
it at LSU?
Yes, it is. It's
Holy
at LSU.
shit,
That's no cakewalk.
No, LSU aren't they ranked?
And LSU might be ranked right now.
I think they're ranked 15.
No, I don't think they're ranked 15. But they got their quarterback's been playing well, and we've seen Alabama this year. They've fallen, on the road. They've had a lot of issues on the road.
They're ranked 15.
Okay, I'm sorry. I was
So
wrong. Alabama's had a lot of issues on the road. I could see LSU.
I think it might be
the spread's for 13.5.
That's crazy.
I took Bama money line.
I just don't know why LSU's ranked 15 and not getting any love at home.
They're getting love for me. I wanted to pick them really bad, but I didn't.
If Alabama loses this, they're done. Correct?
Yeah,
they're done.
They're done. But
not for a New Year's Six bowl game, but they're done. They also have to go on the road the following week at Ole Miss.
Yeah.
Well,
look at their schedule for the rest of the year. Bama's schedule.
It's hard.
But yeah, Bama's got some tough games coming up, and I think it's going to be a tight one. I think LSU could pull it off.
At 15 LSU, at number 11 Ole Miss. They have to lose one of those games. Okay, and then somehow they Austin Peavy.
Okay, and they're going to kick Auburn's ass.
Well, then it's the Iron Bowl.
Auburn has an interim head coach, and Cadillac Williams.
Okay, but you can't tell me that they might not lose both of those games.
They'll beat Ole Miss.
On the road?
They'll beat Ole Miss. I think LSU has a better chance of beating
Alabama needed help to beat Texas A&M at home in Bama.
I'm just saying. We'll see what happens.
I'm just saying I could see them losing both.
All right.
Those
with
games.
all that being said, let me explain this. Okay, I was watching CBS Sports today with Josh Pate, and they were talking about this game. Some people, statistics, I'm sorry, are saying that it actually would be a good idea for Tennessee to lose this game. Because if Tennessee loses this game, they don't make the SEC championship game, and they don't have a chance of losing another one.
Okay, but if
I think that's stupid. We'll go in to win the damn football game, and even if you
how do they get in if they lose this game?
Because they beat Bama, and they beat.
What if Bama wins out?
I'm just telling you what they were saying.
But wait, what I'm trying to say is if Bama wins out and beats Georgia, that would mean Georgia would have one loss, which would be to Bama.
The winner of this game is going to the SEC championship game.
I don't know how does that – listen, see if it makes sense. If Bama wins out, they have one loss.
Yep.
They're in because they beat Georgia. Tennessee has one loss.
Georgia's one loss is
in the championship game to Bama. There's no way Tennessee goes in over Georgia because Georgia beat them. So that makes absolutely zero sense.
I don't know. I'm just telling you what I was listening to. I will say this. I would just win the game. And if Tennessee wins this game, I think they're a lock to get in. No matter what happens, I mean, as long as if they lose the SEC championship game.
But did that make sense to you?
Well, I'll pull up the clip after this and I'll show you. It did kind of make sense. But I got Tennessee in this game. I think they're going to win. Hendon Hooker's playing really good. The wide receiver, I think his name's Jalen Hyatt. He's been playing really well. Yeah, I just think they're going to. Yeah, I think they're going to ball up.
I got Georgia. It's a big week.
Let me ask you this. So let's say Tennessee wins this game. Georgia has one loss. Bama wins out, and Bama wins the SEC championship game.
Georgia's out.
No, three teams don't get in from the SEC because then even the SEC is going to be pissed if there's not up to the 8 teams now that they're moving up to, or 12.
You're telling me if Georgia just loses this game, but then they win the rest.
I'm going to say that's a tough conversation for the college football playoff committee to have.
I'm trying to.
Clemson undefeated. What if TCU goes undefeated the rest of the year?
And then you're Big Ten champion.
Yeah. So you got to have more spots.
I'm telling you, there will not be 3 SEC teams in. They will not do it because they will cut out. This is what they'll do. So here's how it's probably going to play out. Georgia's probably going to win this game. I mean, they're obviously favored by 2 touchdowns. It's a pretty big spread.
Yeah.
For the number one freaking team in the country to be 14-point underdog. So Georgia
8.
wins, Tennessee loses. So who get?
Clemson's probably going to go
So
undefeated the
who
rest of
gets
the year.
in? Who get? So Tennessee would get in the championship game again over Bama because of their head-to-head, right?
Yeah, but now what side of the conference are those two on? Because I don't know that.
Is there?
They got the two sides of the conference.
Okay, hold on.
But Clemson, because that's the thing. What if Clemson finishes out undefeated? If Clemson loses one game, they're not making it.
Okay, so I'm sorry.
Oh, see, that's what I was trying to explain to you.
Look at LSU. If they win, they're in the West.
Yeah.
And same as Ole Miss.
So a lot's going to be decided. A lot's going to be decided this week.
There are 5 teams still left to be able to be in the SEC championship game. Because there's just
a lot's going to be decided this week.
So if Tennessee beats Georgia and Tennessee wins out, Georgia can't get in. Georgia cannot get in if they lose this game.
Unless they just get a bid. Unless they get a bid.
They won it. They will not get a bid. They lost a home game to Tennessee.
Yeah, but if Georgia loses and LSU beats Bama, and LSU has 2 losses and Georgia has 1, and then LSU loses in the SEC championship game, I guarantee you they put in Tennessee and Georgia.
Yeah, that scenario I could see. I could definitely see that scenario.
And probably Ohio State if they went out.
So, yeah, that would make sense. I would think. Okay, but now what's Georgia's resume though? Who do they got?
Well, they beat Oregon. I mean, they kicked the living shit out of
Oregon's
Oregon.
pretty good now, right?
Yeah.
That looks like a better win now. They beat Oregon.
Sanford, who cares? South Carolina, they suck. Missouri, well, they barely beat Missouri.
Their resume is not impressive.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. It'll be a hell of a game this weekend. I can't wait.
If Georgia loses, they're in trouble.
Yeah.
Which they can still get in. They need help. I mean, they probably dropped to 7 or 8.
But no matter who loses this game, you can't get blown out.
No.
I think it looks really bad. You can't get blown out.
Well, let's stay in college football before we move on.
All right.
So you're going to Oklahoma and I'm going to Champaign.
Yep.
This is going to be the first sellout since 2016 in Champaign. There's going to be like 65,000 strong compared to like 38. So it's going to be a little bit different of a type of atmosphere and vibe. I can't wait. It's all I can think about. And I'm even going to Soldier Field on Sunday, and all I can think about is that atmosphere, like how it's going to be Saturday.
Yeah. I think college atmospheres are better than pro.
Yeah, I can't wait. Weather-wise around here Saturday, it's supposed to be nice temperature-wise, like in the low 60s.
Plus.
In the low 60s, but it's supposed to rain all Friday and Friday night and into Saturday. So I don't know how that's going to make field conditions. It looks like the rain moves out about 7 or 8 a.m. on Saturday. So hopefully the field can dry in that time, but it's also going to be 25-mile-an-hour winds. So you're not going to kick field goals.
A lot of running.
Which suits Illinois.
Yeah. And this is a game Illinois should win.
They're favored by 16 points. Michigan State's losing half their team.
And Illinois' defense has been balling. Yeah, 4 players.
So here's some stats. I got a bunch of stats about Illinois. They're ranked 16 overall. They're ranked 16 in the college football playoff, which is incredible for Illinois fans.
I think it's pretty impressive. Yeah.
They're playing Michigan State. They're 16-point favorites. Okay, now listen to this. Illinois leads football in points given up.
8.8.
8.9.
Well, that was one.
That's insanity.
They're the only team in the country giving up under 10 points a game.
I also got another stat, and that's not a stat, but Illini may be getting game day versus Purdue. If Illinois wins and Purdue wins, Purdue beats Iowa and Purdue. Or let me see. I got to see where Purdue plays.
Purdue plays Iowa.
Is it in Purdue, though?
I think it is.
Purdue plays
Purdue.
at home versus Iowa. So if Purdue wins and Illinois wins, I think you're playing for the West next week in Champaign. Or a tie of the West.
I really don't know. You'd have to look that one up. I don't know.
So that's why I think game day could be in Champaign next week, which would be electric. It's never been there.
That'd be cool. Yeah.
So I got Illini leading the nation in scoring defense, in total defense, fewest touchdowns allowed, passing efficiency defense, in interceptions, fewest red zone attempts allowed, red zone touchdown percentage against, and they're leading the lead in fourth down conversions against. Like teams don't convert fourth down on them. They're leading like 10 categories in college football. Like this is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like I will make an argument for Illinois to get in the college football if they went out.
If they went out, yeah, you have an argument. I agree. But there's a lot of other schools that have a real good argument too.
Because that means you would
there's a lot.
They would have 2 top 5 wins on the road.
Yeah.
They would have beaten Michigan, and they would have beaten Ohio State.
At a neutral
saying
site.
Ohio State beats Michigan the last week of the season. Or they might beat Michigan twice. If Illinois wins out, which I don't think is going to happen, I'm just saying hypothetically it could.
Mm-hmm.
Illinois is a good enough football team to beat Michigan if they play Illinois football.
I think this year will be another year where a lot of people are upset because there's going to be a lot of teams.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of teams left out. There's going to be a lot of teams left out that deserve to be in.
Yeah.
But I just think Illinois is playing good enough football that I think they can go to Michigan and absolutely compete. I don't think that'll be a huge spread. I think it might be like 7 or 8.
Yeah.
But it's just what a fun time to be an Illinois football fan and to be an Illinois basketball fan. Illinois basketball starts Monday. They play Eastern Illinois in Champaign. So you're going to have football and basketball. Next Friday, Illinois gets their rings for basketball. And then Saturday, they might have game day versus Purdue. What a time to be an Illinois fan. What a time to
be a student.
It's just –
it's on the rise.
It's fun.
Yep.
I'm excited. I haven't been this – all I can think about is that game on Saturday. And I just can't wait to scream and be up every third down.
Probably have no voice.
Have no voice for Sunday, which will not be good. Well, it might be good because I might not run into any trouble with Bear fans. But it's fun.
Yeah.
ILL.
Last thing we want to touch on, World Series tied 2-2. We got game 5 tonight. I would say no guarantee of the winner of this game.
I don't know. Yesterday, if we would have talked before, I would have told you I would think Philly's favored. I don't know who is now. After seeing that shitty performance last night.
Houston was favored last night. I don't think.
But just like momentum, like Philly had all the momentum.
Yeah.
And going into the game.
Houston's got all of it. I really want to pick Philly because I want Philly to win tonight, but I think Houston's going to win tonight.
I'm going to take Houston.
I think Houston's going to win.
We're all behind Philly. We all want Philly to win.
I did pick Philly to win the World Series.
Their song, have you seen their song they sing?
No. Philly is
favored.
all
over Twitter.
Philly.
Or
I'm sorry. Houston's favored, and it's Verlander against Syndergaard.
So we both got Houston.
Yeah, that's going to be you know what? Verlander's pitching. He got rocked last time. I'll take the Phillies. I'll take Houston. Things are going to change in Philly tonight. There's going to be some home runs hit tonight, and the place is going to be rocking.
I mean, there got to be something.
Yeah. Well, did you see that tweet somebody posted about?
How do you get no hit? They've got no hit twice this year.
Yeah. Well, here they are in the World Series, though.
Hey, what I'm trying to tell you, you don't have to be great to win the World Series. You have to be 500 and have a chance. The Phillies won 87 games. The Cubs won 75.
Yeah.
If our fucking management can't get us 10 games better in this offseason with the money and the revenue and everything the Cubs have, it's going to be terrible, and I will bitch and cuss and complain so much about the Cubs on all these podcasts next year if they don't do nothing. And look at the Philadelphia Phillies at 10 games over 500 where they're at.
Yeah. And I think –
do you think the Philly fans cared that they were 12 games over 500?
No. Why would you care now?
No. Look at where are your Dodgers?
At home. I would give 2 shits less at what my record is in the regular season if you're in the playoffs because it doesn't matter.
What happened to the 05 White Sox?
Well,
they weren't good.
Series.
They were not that good all year. They got hot about All-Star break, and they were like crazy.
Yeah. I don't know.
And their record still wasn't that good when they got in. But look, they got hot just like Philly.
Yeah. So we'll see. I got Philly tonight. Obviously, it's going to be a fun night for Philly fans. You got Thursday night football, and you got the Phillies going tonight.
What you got to
you can't ask for much more as a Philadelphia fan.
I mean, can you imagine being in a bar, like a bar with a bunch of people?
Yeah, that place would be rocking. So hopefully down the line we can experience those those moments for our fans and our fan bases.
You were just too young.
Yeah. I was 15 when the Cubs won the World Series.
So I mean, you were definitely, you knew what was going on.
Well, I knew, yeah.
But you really weren't drinking yet.
Yeah.
I was.
Yeah.
I was on 19. I wasn't supposed to be legally. But
yeah.
But yeah, so and the Bulls have been. How about the Bulls? They've been playing better.
Yeah, they've been playing really well. Dragic said they got the best bench in the league.
They do. There's no argument. They do. Gordon Dragic could be someone's starting point guard. That dude's crazy. He is very good. I didn't know he was this good of a three-point shooter. When you get Drummond, we've been missing Drummond and Kobe White for the last couple games. And then we get Lonzo.
I love watching Drummond play
because he plays hard. I will say this year's Bulls team has a chance to win a playoff series because of their second unit. Their second unit sometimes comes in and wins them the game. It did last night. DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine scored 19 points together.
Mm-hmm.
And the Bulls, they didn't look bad.
Actually, Patrick Williams looked really good the other night.
Good.
Who else? Javonte Green had a good game.
Javonte Green looked good. I got to see this from P-Dub for about 2 or 3 weeks for me to get off his.
He shows the potential, but he hasn't done it on a consistent basis. Yeah. So hopefully we see more of that from him going forward.
I think they play tomorrow versus – they got a tough game in Boston tomorrow night. And we just beat Boston last week. So.
Oh, my gosh. Speaking of Boston, how about they suspended their coach.
Yeah, and now he's going to be the Nets coach.
And Marcus Smart and all the other players on the Celtics thought he was just suspended for the year, and now he's gone.
So they're not happy? They like him?
They liked him as a coach is what it seemed like to me. So, I mean, that's –
Oh, you could see them. Yeah. I mean, I don't see him, like, throwing games or, like, playing to lose. But, I mean, I don't know. Stranger things have happened. But the Bulls look good. They won back-to-back games. How about Zach LaVine playing for his first back-to-back? They said he wasn't going to do that a lot this year, and he probably still won't do that a lot this year. But I think the Bulls need to get off to a decent start. And I think they knew that if he didn't play.
What's the Bulls' record right now?
They're 5-4. I think they're a game over. They're either 4-3 or 5-4. They're a game over 500. But I think this team's dangerous. I really think this team's dangerous. I think they could. A team that's obviously Milwaukee and Cleveland scare me. I know Embiid has beaten the Bulls every time he's played them, but Philadelphia doesn't really scare me as much as
Harden's
the other teams.
Out for a month.
So if the Bulls can avoid those guys in the first round, they will win a first-round playoff series. And then who knows?
I think the Bulls can beat Cleveland. I'd rather play Cleveland than Milwaukee or Philadelphia.
I just think now Drummond. Now you have someone Drummond can guard, not guard Giannis, but Drummond's gonna like elbow him and throw his shoulder and throw his knee.
He's
into
a big
his
body.
He's
Giannis
a big
still
body.
Gonna get his though.
But like, he's gonna let me tell you this. Giannis is gonna know Drummond's there. Last year, Giannis wasn't gonna know that Tristan Thompson was there, and Vucevic can't guard him. Drummond can put a body on him. And make him feel his presence. Now, Giannis is going to get his 30 and 20. I ain't saying that. But it's going to make it harder on him.
Yeah.
Which would mean maybe he doesn't have as good as a game as he could. But the Bulls are a lot better than they're still bad defensively, I think. Not as bad. They still don't get out to the three. They just nonchalantly sometimes defend. But when they turn it on, they lead the league in steals. Yeah. They lead the league in deflections. And that's because of Caruso, Green. How good has Derrick Jones Jr. been? This team's deep. This team is 10 deep.
Mm-hmm.
Who do you start when Lonzo comes back? Do you just say, hey, Io, you've been a top 10 point guard in the league. Like, go sit the bench? It's going to be tough. They're going to have a hard decision to make. For what? A shooter?
I don't know.
That's what we're lacking.
I'd love to have Buddy Hield.
We're lacking a 3-point shooter who can make every shot he takes.
Imagine Buddy Hield on our team.
Oh, they'd have to be scary. They'd be lethal.
Everybody wants Buddy Hield. He's going to get dealt at the deadline.
Because LaVine. Now look, I know the Nets are in turmoil, but the Nets have Kevin Durant, Kyrie Irving. In any given night, those guys can go off for 40.
Yeah, they can. But
Zach LaVine.
The Nets aren't winning at all.
No, I'm just saying what we did in the fourth quarter versus the Nets. What Zach LaVine did, he had 20 points. He outscored the Nets in the fourth quarter by himself. Like, that's crazy because he's doing that versus a team that's got Durant and Irving, and they're not like. It's just I loved it.
Yeah.
It just shows you the Bulls are there. Like they're a good team. They should probably be a top 4 seed.
Yeah, hopefully they will be. I don't have anything else to add. Jake, you got anything?
No, that's all I can think about is Illinois.
Yeah. So big weekend for us. We're gonna have a lot of fun this weekend.
It is gonna be a lot of fun.
Very fun weekend of sports. Nice weather. I hope everybody enjoys it. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll be back again next week. Everybody have a good weekend.